What's up, everyone? Back with another one. Peterson Outdoor Films, Justin coming back with you. We're up at the deer hunting property. We got to get our second food plot, and I got mine back there. I'll show you today. I have brassica, chicory, and clover in that plot. It's an interior kill plot. This plot's going to be buck forage, oats, and sweet peas. So we got the tractor up there. We got the skidder. I'll show you how I get rid of brush. And also got the four-wheeler to do some dragging, and we're going to get this plot in and hang some more cameras today. Got to get some more inventory. It's that time of the year we really need to start keying in on what we got and what they're doing. So stay tuned. I'll get some clips and show you some pictures of what we're doing. We'll get this food plot tilled up. Always remember, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We finally hit 300 subscribers. Thanks, everyone. Share with your friends. Tell everybody. Check us out on Instagram. We'll just keep bringing them to you. Real quick run over. I'll show you some of the stuff we brought. And now I'll show you the skidder that I use for getting rid of brush. So, and like I said, we're blessed to have this stuff. Those of you that don't, it doesn't necessarily mean you can't do these things also. You don't need all this heavy equipment. But we have it, so we're going to utilize it. So stay tuned, and we'll show you what's going on. So we got the quad, we got the drag. Comes Brother Jake pulling in. We got the tractor. Then we got the rake. That's what we're going to be. Jake wants to do this differently, which I agree with the buck forage oats. We're going to go a little deeper in the soil. We're going to drag it up, plant it, lime it. Lots of lime, fertilizer, and get it going. So stay tuned, and we'll keep giving you little tidbits of what we're doing and what's going on. So. What do you got in there, Jake?
Buck forage oats.
Forage oats. Going in first. Jake's going to spread the buck forage oats, and he's putting sweet peas in here. Then we're going to till it in, and then he'll rake it over. We put lime and fertilizer down. He's going to get the buck forage oats out first. This plot's about 1/3 of an acre.
Nobody's got a cup or something, do they?
No.
Here, just hold the bag right.
I didn't go that much over.
Jake's got sweet peas.
Just hold it right over
Austrian
here.
sweet peas going in.
Or bring the bag and set it right up in here. Just kind of hold the legs apart.
Now he's going to broadcast his peas.
Got a little higher. Got to open her up a little more, take it.
My son's loving this because he just gets to ride. Lucky kid. Jake's going to go around and around. He's going to get his peas in. Then he's going to do lime and fertilizer. We'll show you that. And then we'll get the tractor out here. And we're going to drag this all down into the ground. Then take the rake that we have, which is laying over here. And hook that up to the quad. Drag this out. That's our process. And we're going to talk a little more about today when I get back in the woods, about the trails we cut. This is 100 acres, and a lot of the trails we've cut in here, we know what the deer do for bedding, kind of their general transition points. And what we've done is cut certain trails besides the main roads to direct the deer where we want them, from bedding to food, and those transition points to get them to come by our stands. And our stand placement obviously is key over the food plots, but also in those transition areas, which is a big key during the rut when those bucks are cruising down and up and down these trails looking for does in between the bedding. And that's where we're right in those zones trying to cut them off and catch them going back and forth. So stay tuned and we'll show you a little bit more yet.
Moss likes acidic soil.
I guess, yeah.
So Jake's gonna get some lime in now, and then he's gonna top dress it with lime, because up here we got all sand. pH levels are low, so we gotta really jack them up to get things to grow. He's gonna put 2 bags of lime in now, and the fertilizer. Then he's gonna top dress it with 4 more bags of lime yet. Now he's gonna rip around with 2 bags of lime, and like I said, we'll top dress it with 4 so that it's not below the seed but above it. And when the rain comes, it'll seep down and distribute throughout the seed. Because obviously you don't want your fertilizer in line below your seed, because that would do you no good, would it? Down, then we get the fertilizer down. Now what do you got going on, Jake?
Fertilizer.
Going for some fertilizer.
How many bags of this? 2. Oh my.
2 and 4. 2.
Alright, so now he's gonna rip around, get some fertilizer down, and then we're gonna get the tractor and we're gonna drag her down into the ground. August food plots, everyone. You can plant in the spring, but I highly suggest you stick to the fall, the wet time of the year. The beginning of the year is a dry time. Wait till August.
Hello.
Now MG is gonna go ahead and he's gonna start digging her down. The old man run the tractor. See if he can't wreck something. So basically, there's not too much of this process, folks. It's just getting those teeth at the right depth and dragging everything down, and then Jake's gonna lime and fertilize again on the top, then drag that all smooth and work that over. And that's basically it. Nice food plot, ready for rain, and let it go. Buck forage oats and Australian sweet peas. This is Wisconsin, central Wisconsin. I guess this is all sand. But basically that's the process, what's gonna go on here, and hopefully we'll show you some growth here, and get some pictures of deer in here. And from here on, we got some hogging with the skid steer, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the trails we have and kind of why we cut them and what we're doing. This area behind the food plot is all bedding back in here, and we know that. Here's a road right here that goes down to Jake's gun stand down there when he gets it ready in the fall. Those deer love to transition across this road right here, which he hunts down there. But then we have a bow stand right up in this tree here overlooking the food plot. We actually do a double set there. We have one stand down right now for Cameron, and that's looking right over the food plot here. And they love to come out from back in this bedding all through here. So we got the food here and 2 transition areas where they're feeding basically right out to the plot. And we're hunting right here, right over the top of it. It's also a great gun stand too. So when Jake gun hunts, he's technically not looking at the plot, he's down there, but they cross this road back and forth, especially when the pressure's on and guys are on. So stay tuned, and we'll get a little bit more with the skid steer and talk a little bit about the trails and kind of why we do what we do on this property. So now, folks, we're on the back side of our property, the farthest east point, and basically I'm looking down here. You can see my gun stand down here, be right there. That's where I sit during rifle season. I look down this lane, this whole stretch here. The deer like to come out of this path that we have right in here. So he's going to come down with the skid steer. We're going to open this path back up, And then basically we mow a little circle back in here, which I'll show you what he's going to do. And we have a bow stand that's set right up in a tree here. It's actually where Jake shot his big 8-pointer last year. But what we're doing, like I said, we have trails cut in certain areas where we had logged on this backside in different areas. And I always use the term herding the cattle, because what I'm doing is path of least resistance for deer. I mean, it's very common. You make a path, they're going to use it, right? They use these main roads, but we also make paths from bedding to transition areas where they're trying to get to food. And also definitely in the rut where those bucks are cruising in and out of these bedding areas, we make certain paths for them that we can put our stand placements there. For one, wind, very important, and that from bedding to transition to bedding, also bedding to bedding, different areas. We get in those spots where those bucks are in that peak time of the rut when they're cruising all day long and they're looking in those bedding areas, chasing does and bumping them in and out of there. So like I say, I call it directing the cattle. I'm basically trying to manipulate the deer to use those paths to where I want them to go, and have a stand placement for the wind, transition areas, food, bedding, getting those stands in those areas. And we've hunted here a lot, and knowing now kind of always where they bed and where they like to transition to, we manipulate those paths to direct those deer past our stands, and also for different wind placements. So that's basically the science behind what we do, you know. And also coming into your stand, we have different roads cut so that if it's a northwest wind or east wind, but we want to get to a stand, we say, oh no, we're not going to hunt that stand because of the wind. But some stands we can get to where we have them placed. If the wind is in direction, we can come in on a far side, not blow those deer out and let them know that we're there and tip them off. Creep in there quietly, they don't know it, and you're set and ready to go. So always think about those things. Definitely getting into your stand. I mean, that's a big thing, you know, people forget about. They just want to march right in the woods and go right to your stand. That sounds great, but think about where the deer are bedding, where they're laying. If you have the possibility and chance to do it, make a new road or make a path where you can go in and not blow those deer out of those bedding areas or tip them off, that you're there. So I can hear him coming down the road with the skid steer, and we're going to show you how we clear some brush. We won't play games when it comes to clearing brush, so stay tuned and we'll show you this. So this is the road that I rifle hunt right here. There's my box blind. And here he's going to come down with the skidder, and he's going to come to this, what we call the southeast corner of the property, where these deer love to come out of this ditch. Right in here is right where Jake shot his big 8-pointer last year, and they were working out through a field to the east of us. So we know that there's deer bedded in certain areas up in here, and we have a bow stand that's right up in here that shoots right down here and back in here and also to this road. So we're cutting off 3 different points of transitioning from bedding out to food. That's the key. So he's going to come in here and clear out some of this brush and open this back up and just back in a little farther for our bow stand that's already set. So pay attention and watch what this machine can do. So if you can hear me, this is the machine we use to clear brush, and this thing can cut down an 8-inch diameter trees. So pay attention to this. This thing is a stand back wicked if you don't want to be in front of this baby. But once he gets hogging, I'll show you what he's going to do. Here we go, folks. Watch what this baby can do. This baby, this thing's no joke. I've actually shot pieces of wood probably 100 feet straight up in the air with this machine. Some of the tops, and then eventually he'll drop that down flat and go low, and then he'll just keep working back in there, and he's going to make a circle back in there that we can see from the bow stand. And like I said, concentrate then on all that area back in here where they bed, and they'll transition coming out here trying to get to these roads or to the field to the east of us. So it's just a lot of planning and manipulating where we want the deer to go and having our stands in the right placement. Basically, this is kind of a before here, and I'll show you when he's done. This will all be opened up. That's the way to clear some brush out. Bowl stand. Right there. Those pieces of gun stuff we mainly pole hunt this internal corner. I mean, right down to this trail, and this trail going in, and this is all down back up. Like I said, we're going to manipulate these deer coming down this path, right past our stand, and transition out to that mist feeding. Kind of bringing it up, and then he drops it down. That thing there clears some brush. See the blade. Extremely awesome machine. Alright folks, so now we're kind of in the center of the woods, but it's still back a little farther. But this is my interior kill plot where I have a bow stand that's, I'll show you it in the tree. It's real close. I do have the it's the one video where I shot an 8-pointer out of the stand coming out of the trails. But I'll show you, this is 3 weeks growth of brassica, chicory, and clover, and it looks amazing. It's got a long ways to come yet, but it's looking really good. So this is my food plot, interior kill plot, and I mean this is coming up absolutely gorgeous. Look at how lush and green and full it's getting. And this has got a long ways to go yet. But brassica, chicory, and clover, this is looking really good. The bow stand is right up in that tree there where I shot one buck the one year with my crossbow. So that stand will be there, and also we have a trail then that comes in here that goes back into bedding, again manipulating those deer out to this food plot. And then there's a trail here that they use and a trail here coming out of bedding that we manipulate them to come out to this food plot. Look at the lush green growth there. This looks absolutely amazing this year. So stay tuned, like I said, manipulating things and keeping the deer coming to you. And then that's the interior food plot. We're going to call it a wrap for this video. Just kind of giving you an idea of what we're doing, what we got going on. Check us out on Instagram. Stay tuned. Brother Jake's been out here today, and we'll let his food plot up in the front area, I mean our food plot, whatever, both of them, let them keep growing. So stay tuned. I hope you like the videos. We got a lot coming. September 15th, remember bear hunting. We're pumped. I know Jake can't wait. So stay tuned, and yeah, like I said, manipulating deer to where you want to go and how you can get to your stands with wind and wind direction. So like always, like, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.